Hello and welcome back, all you wonderful Tubi Dicers. It's your boy, Daddy Tarzan, and of course, with me is the wonderful cast and crew of Tubi Diced Adventures. We're happy to present you another wonderful episode of Star Wars Edge of the Empire, but first, we got some announcements to make. Starting off, firstly, with a big congratulations to Venezuela for winning the World Baseball Championship tonight on St. Patrick's Day. Congratulations. It was a hard-fought victory. We are happy for you guys, and we love to see it. Secondly, cat, stop that, whatever you're doing. Secondly, announcements for the week for Two Be Dice Adventures. What are you doing? Sorry. Announcements. Tales of Arden should be this Thursday. We just had Frontiers of Eberron on Sunday, so there is no Frontiers of Eberron coming up next week. This next Sunday, so it's the following Sunday. And then greater news: Dimensional Dial. It's locked in. Be prepared, as Scar would say from The Lion King, or whatnot. Other fun news. Did you hear about the literal meaning of what the opening scene is for The Lion King? I sure did. Look, it's a lion. Oh my god. That and more available to you guys here on To Be Dice Adventures. That being said, let's go ahead and roll out for tonight's cast. That will be appearing in tonight's episode of Star Wars. Starting off with the one, the only Victor. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. I am Victor, also known as Victor the Story Weaver. I apologize for the not as elaborately clothed self, but it is very hot today in this place. This room is very hot as well. So, unless you want to see me sweating like I'm about to die and have a horrible time, uh, no. So, this is me today. I play Oho, the the more nimble and discreet, stealthy boy of the duo dynamic that is Rawl and Oho, the chosen brothers raised by Night Sisters and Din Dathomir, and he is currently, just perusing and taking a little tour around a facility. I believe the Star Wars term is prison. So yeah, and by the way, if you think you've seen Oho, no, you haven't.
I believe that means that it's my turn. Hi, I'm Matt, also known as War Torn Knight out there on the interwebs. Fun fact, I almost said Matt underscore the Story Weaver because I was just thinking of Victor's intro. That would have been funny if it just slipped out, but here we are. Anyway,
Caught yourself.
I
How
am
dare you.
back from outer space, and I just walked in here to find you with that sad look upon your face because Victor is not hot and sweaty. But either way, anyway, I'm here to play the one, the only. Well, actually, I don't think I am playing him. But maybe he'll have some sort of appearance. I don't know what Tarzan's got cooked up, but generally, I'm playing Chav Visto, the gold-skinned Nathawin pilot of the group, formerly known as Agent Lancer. Tonight we'll be playing somebody. We'll see.
And last but not least, it is I, Oz, otherwise known as Son of a Ghost in all the interwebs. On the Huge, I play the more explosive, aspiring to be force of nature, better looking half of the brothers, Raw. And yeah, he's kind of on the outside, but tonight I'll also be playing a Sephi Arcanian man named Aldra Zahn, a pilot who aspires to be the fastest star.
With that concludes tonight's guests for Star Wars Edge of the Empire. We're normally joined with several other cast members, those of which being Ren, or Mask Ren, who plays our resident face character, Ego, a Twi'lek smuggler. There's also Dia.cosplay, who plays Dove, our bipedal tank and armory. And then finally, Jay, who plays Kesh, our chess double agent and special forces member of the Pathfinders known as Arc Squad. That being said, I think that does it for introductions. Aside from my own introduction, I am Daddy Tarzan 8255. You can find me on all social media platforms under that handle, or a slight variation of that handle. But you can always try Daddy Tarzan 8255. It's pretty straightforward. And I will be playing your Galaxy Master. And let's get right into it, shall we? Last left off with the second week of Oho's incarceration, where he integrates himself with the group formerly known as Rogue Squadron, a group of pilots that have been incarcerated as prisoners of war by the Empire, and incarcerated on a harsh planet known as Belsavis, a giant prison planet, where they are being used as slave labor, essentially, to excavate the archaic ruins of prisons past on this planet for what? We don't know. As far as the excavations go, they just seem to be breaking into old prisons for archaeological finds. Tonight's episode will lead us further into the exploration of the prison itself and what Oho has in store in preparation of the event that will now become known as E-Day, where the pilots of Rogue Squadron will be freed, finally, after 4 years of incarceration, and brought back into the fight. That is the war between the rebels and the Empire. Well, the rest of the story goes is to be diced. Our scene begins. There we go.
With an intro.
Hold on. I think we might be having somebody join us. We'll see.
Yeah.
I think we might have. Oh, there you are. Yep. Hello, Ego. You're here. We missed you entirely. Oh my bad. Quick pause while we let our other cast member introduce themselves before we go further.
Okay, hi. Got it. I am Ren, known as Masquerade on the internet. Where am I? What am I doing? I don't know. I typically play Ego, a lovely Twi'lek scoundrel who has never done anything wrong in his life and will not be taking commentary. No comment. No, shush. I also play K-Snix, who is one of the human pilots currently trapped in Belsavis prison, who is currently experiencing some sparks of renewed hope based on what has been perceived and received from Oho's presence.
And what a hope he has inspired. That being said, our scene opens with within the confines of Oho's cell. Oho, you've received a new visitor in the form of a cellmate. However, you've made quick work to establish yourself as somebody not to be fucked with. And though there were some lines that were tampered with, this individual in question quickly learns the error of his ways and toes the line. This humanoid is a Findian, reptilian-like in appearance, humanoid, native to the planet of Findar, green skin, yellow eyes, elongated skull, and long arms that kind of gives it more of a gorilla-esque stance or posture. Naturally cautious type, but this one, to your understanding, but this one seems to be the odd one out, and which probably justifies its presence here in Belsavis prison, as he does command an imposing presence. Large-statured individual, standing about 8'6", heavy-set build, but you know him by the name of Akni. O-K-N-I. Akni kind of, tries to use his imposing size to intimidate you, but you, not being easily swayed, quickly show him the error of his ways, and he eventually relents and stops trying to assert his dominance, if you will. By this point, you guys have stayed together about 2 days now, and this music is a little on the intense side. We don't need that. We need a little more laid back. And at this point, it's early in the morning. You can hear the reverberations of a hovercraft of sorts drawing near. You quickly recognize this to be the hover cart of Odil's book cart. As he makes his approach, morning, Akni. Good to meet you again. I have some book recommendations if you're inclined to take me up on any of them. You haven't taken any books as of late, but I'm never one to shy away from trying to open somebody's mind from good literature. Anything that you would be inclined to be reading, or should I just start rapid firing some titles?
Surprise me.
Okay. You take me as a sort that likes to, explore, more of explorative nature. There's this great book by an author who extrapolates on the profound senses of the humanoid body. It goes into great detail on some positions, pressure points. So, and more he kind of explains it. It kind of sounds like a sex book of sorts. For the audience, he's talking about Karma Sutra, but
Ojo is absolutely misreading this, and he's thinking that it's like a pressure point book. You can, like, basically like tackle, like if I press on this particular anatomy of the body, I can potentially like
yeah,
get someone to pass out.
yeah,
That kind of.
he's explaining it in a sense to where like it sounds like it's going down that path, but he's being very su- he is being slightly suggestive with the language, but he is being very more directive with it. Like these are you're essentially targeting pressure points on a humanoid body. It's a means of stress relief for some. Others, it's a euphoric experience and whatnot. Uh, Obviously, uh, applications or results may vary depending on the type of humanoid you're working with, but I find this to be quite an exhilarating read. Um, but what do you think?
Have you got anything about the old tomes of the Old Republic? And I'm going to say that the way that I'm asking this is Ojo is trying to think of books that will probably be very heavy books,
Mhm.
so that if Ordil were to have to put them in his rotation, they would be harder to like roll the card at the time that he needs, and that's how he's going to ask for help or offer his help. Because he's just going to start asking about things like, the old tomes about the Old Republic. What about the monks of Jeddah? What
Mhm.
about like the herbology of the mid rim uh, green planets? And like just like trying to think of books that would be books that are not light reads, but rather books that probably require a significant amount of data.
Yeah. Um, you watch as his eyes kind of dart up as he considers your as he considers your inquiry. Um, that's a good question. I don't think the prison's going to have anything like that on hand. However, we could make a requisition order. It would, I would imagine, take some time because we're going to have to print those books. We don't. I mean, everything that we get is originally digitalized or digitized, and we have to take time to print the information on it and make it essentially. What you're asking for is it's going to be some pretty heavy literature. We could probably do it. It's just gonna, yeah. I mean, it's
I
gonna be
got
a
all the
lot.
time in the world.
you know, that's a fair point. Um, yeah. Let me put a word in with the warden, and we'll get that. We'll get those books printed out for you. Uh,
You know, I I don't know how things work here, but if you ever want some help, someone to accompany you on the runs, help with the books, I guess I could use the extra steps.
Ooh, forgot one important step for today's session. We need luck rolls, guys. Let's go ahead and get some luck rolls from the players real quick. Um, this is going to lead up to the interaction because we're going to call for a roll here. But let's go ahead and get our luck rolls in place first. Two light side from Aldrazan. My word. What a roll.
He's a very positive guy. What can I say?
Oh my. We got 4 dark side.
Just so as we knows, it was not Chav's fault. It's apparently just me who rolls dark side all the time.
It's not you, it's you.
It's a hell of a roll there, my guy. Okay. All right. I'm gonna need a charm check from you, Oho. Alright, I need an NPC for you to contend with. So let's pull up a random NPC. Let's go.
Gonna be a pretty small roll.
Let's see.
I ain't no ego.
Actions.
Can I phone a friend and then Ego gets the phone with Ordle and then Ego talks to Ordle on the phone and then Ego does the roll?
Are you even allowed
Say.
phone time?
As far as Oho's aware, there has not been any.
I don't think that's a thing in a prison like this.
Yeah, this is a high max security prison. They don't let these guys talk to anybody. It's going to be an average difficulty with a challenge of 1. So 1 red die, 1 purple die. You got this, my friend.
I would like the court to know that I only have 2 green die.
So 2 and 2. Look at that. It's a 50-50 chance.
No, because one of them is a challenge.
Ah! You know what? You've been interacting with Ordil for some time. Do I give you a boost die or do I lower the difficulty? Leave it to the audience. What does the audience think? Do we do a boost die or do we lower the difficulty? Let's see what they say.
Or do we just kill Ordle right away? Wear his skin, pretend to be him.
Somebody's hero says boost die. Matt says lower difficulty.
Ego sends a touch of fate throughout.
I am in the audience,
Throughout
okay?
the cosmos.
Well, so somebody's hero brings up a good point. Giving him a boost die gives him a chance to still fail, as opposed to just giving it to him. That's a fair point. Oho, please roll me a blue d6 and let that decide your fate. No, oh shit. That's unfortunate.
It ain't happening. This ain't what I do.
The dice have spoken.
You
Let
watch
it ride.
as Ordil kind of ponders the idea for a moment. But there's a level of apprehension of pushing boundaries. You with your abilities to be able to read micro gestures, you get a sense with his awkwardness and his shifting that he doesn't want to jeopardize his position by pushing boundaries with the wardens and the security. You get a sense that if he puts in this this inquiry or not inquiry proposition forth to the security staff and warden, there's a chance that it could backfire and cost him his cush job. So you watch.
I think Oho immediately, as soon as he notices, he responds, because Oho knows what he's after. The moment that he realizes he basically probably asked the question either too soon or at the wrong time, he knows that he doesn't land. And immediately he just goes, forget about it, Ordo. I don't want you to get in trouble. But if at any point you hear of any opportunities that might help me walk a little more, it just feels a little cramped in here, you know. I was used to traveling a lot.
Yeah, that's. I understand. It's. If I'll keep my ear to the ground. It's just, I just got this position. I don't want to lose it. But yeah, I'll keep an ear out and let you know. In the meantime, what do you think about the book that I was telling you about? You want to give it a read?
Already know most of these things.
So he kind of gives like a defeated look for a moment. Maybe next time I'll find you something else to read. But all right, I gotta keep doing my rounds. Have a great rest of your day. Hopefully your shift goes pretty smooth.
You too. Um, how long have I been at this point interacting with Ordo? Pretty much since the beginning.
Since your start, yeah, you've interacted with him several times, or for the past 2 weeks now.
Mhm.
So yeah, you have a pretty good history with him so far.
So I don't know how relevant it'll be, but just for you to know, also one of the things that probably Oho would have done is he would have attempted to show a lot of curiosity and interest in like the books that Ordil is circulating,
Mhm.
and also try to gander based on the amount of cells in his cell block, and then the amount of books that he has in his like cart. See if he gets a sense of like how many books or like how many individuals throughout the cycle, not just in this cell block, but in general,
Mhm.
lengthwise, is he potentially seeing? So
Okay.
he gets an idea of like the
Yeah,
different.
you would have had time to gather that type of information in the past 2 weeks. You have in your cell block alone 50 cells. Each cell holds two prisoners each. Um, times that by what was that 6? So this prison facility can hold up to you'd imagine at least 600 prisoners, maybe more. As far as his books are concerned, his cart can hold up to 50 books. And from your observations, not a lot of people take Ordle up on his offer of literature very often. There's a select few people that do take books from him. So it kind of seems like the books he doesn't have to work too hard to get the books in and out of the prison. He's just what he has on hand usually is enough to accommodate those that are interested in reading. As far as what the books are that are being read, you're not too sure unless you pressure the prisoners that do take up Ordil on his offer to find out what they're reading it and whatnot. But yeah, so 50 books on the card itself to go to spread about 600, but at least 600 prisoners throughout the entirety of the prison.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Oho will have to figure out a different way to scout the exit route, not the laundry one. The laundry one probably he'll be able to have access by working at the laundry area.
Okay.
So that one already, at least we know it's there. So that one is not as immediate as just finding the other, which is the actual exit course
Yeah.
that he's planning.
I would imagine you would have some type of subtle marking in place to identify the point of entry for yourself or for others. What do you think that marking would be?
Are we talking about
The
which
the underground tunnel in the laundry sector.
the one in the laundry sector?
Yeah.
Uh, I think it probably would have been some sort of like he would have tried to make it something that looks like a mark from like a machine falling.
Okay.
You know, like something that just cracked the floor in some particular section. and it's just that thing of like it fell, it cracked a dent, but he actually made he did it on purpose. He just like had something fall, was like, oh, I'll help, and then as it was helping, he was actually like smashing that thing a little further, so it actually gets a
Gotcha.
little bit of the dent more severe, and he knows where it is.
Yeah. Gotcha. Nice. Okay. Um, by this point, you guys are released out of your cells to congregate in the common area for a moment before what you know to be coming, which is yard time. So, at that point, you guys coalesce into the central common area. Uh, um, as far as Phantom or Rogue Squadron, you guys typical procedures always maintain close proximity to each other. Um, Demeron. Demeron's approached by Ordil with a new set of books. This one more so. This time, the books that Ordil gives Demeron are more strategy books. Not this time, not Jark strategy books, but military strategy and aviation literature of sorts. Me not knowing what actual aerial tactics are.
Oh my God, may I please?
Yes.
So I have ideas. In the middle of all of the books that all continues to send something to the group, one of the days he sends something about fabrics and dye
Mhm.
as a way of hinting laundry, and also something that it actually has pattern designs on clothing from a particular tribe in a particular sector where the dye looks like blood.
Mhm.
So one of the particular styles is that it's like these like robes that actually look like they have like crimson patterns and blue patterns, and they look like they're supposed to be like it was falling.
Mhm.
On another day, he makes sure that there's a ton of books that are like a completely non-related topic, and then right in the middle of that book, there is um, a book about racing and particular like legendary moves that have been like registered through like pod racing, ships, flights. And one that he sends, one of the moves that is in there is about this thing that happened in a particular planet that is a desert planet like Tatooine,
Mhm.
where the reason why the pilot won was because the mirage created by the heat on the ground made the ship ahead of them look like it was actually two.
Ooh.
And then lastly, the last one that he sends on one of the other days, one of the ones that he sneaks in there is about sandworms and other burrowing creatures, and how they sometimes create more than one tunnel path for them to navigate the locations where they dwell,
Interesting.
making it, just try to flavor it up, making it a
Uh,
little more creative.
and this one being the strategy books, and then this underground creature that with tunnel networks uh, being suggested to him. He takes the book, kind of looks up towards your cell, in your general area, I guess, uh, kind of expecting to see your confirmation or presence as a confirmation to a suggestive title. I'm assuming he does see you there, looming, not explicitly, but in the general vicinity to be acknowledged. And he takes the books, turns over to Case, hands him the book, Well, I think we might be making an underground escape. How many times have we heard that tactic, though?
Listen, at this point, boss, I'll take anything.
Fair enough. Um, how's morale? How's everybody looking?
Pretty standard. Word is getting around slowly to, you know, keep up appearances, but also that you need to keep an eye out.
Yeah, that's what I've been worried about. Anybody in particular that we need to keep an eye on?
Mm, I don't think so too much. I mean, Astra's how Astra is. Um, maybe. And I'm not saying that much depth is any trouble or anything, but just okay, maybe just like a little bit, maybe just like a touch.
Gosh, Deb. Yeah, let's keep an eye on that. As long as word doesn't get to Zarek and his security team staff, I think we're in good hands.
Yeah. No, that I have faith in the crew that they'll be able to keep it down
Yes.
until whatever this guy looks at Oho, whatever this guy's got brewing in his mind actually comes to fruition. I got a good feeling though.
Yeah. You know me, I'm always skeptical, but a healthy amount of skepticism keeps us alive.
I don't doubt it. I've had a bad feeling for the entire time that we've been here, kind of not succumbing to the thought that I'll be here forever, but I don't think that right now.
That's good. That's good. Keep that. You're the positivity to my negativity. We're gonna need it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, get the crew ready for yard time. You know the drill. Everybody stays close to each other. You don't need anybody getting picked off by the fucking wildlife out there. Or by the other yard mates, for that matter.
Victoire.
Arsan,
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure that you have plans for us, but should there be an opportunity for this or this fit, unless it fits in what you're already planning, Oho would attempt on one of the runs to work on the ground, like outside, the way that they were in the first time.
Mm-hmm.
He would love, and also this is both above table and below table for Oho, to get an opportunity to maybe have a session, like a time when they go out to do some of the clearing of the ruins and stuff
Mm-hmm.
that maybe involves the members of the pilots that are in the conversation in the call, so that that is the one opportunity that he has to be close to them and actually speak to them about the plan
Mm-hmm.
in a more direct way. Unless you have something planned for yard time, which can do it too. I'm just saying, like, he could potentially try to see if he can get in one of the groups where they can actually speak to each other in a more discreet
Openly,
fashion,
without.
more openly, because there's only a few of them go out,
Yeah,
and
and there's no video
correct.
surveillance and audio surveillance. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. You're picking up on putting down. I see it.
Yeah. Where only ears are the biggest threat to.
And those I can cut off easily.
Yeah. I think it's kind of can be incorporated into the plan. because you guys get briefed ahead of time what the dig site is, and it seems to be a continuation of the dig site Vault 1977. You guys have already made headway into the vault. You guys are sectioned out to individual sectors of this interior of this vault to breach at this point, where there is a little more seclusion. Security does kind of beef up a little bit just to monitor the individual groups breaking into the various sectors of this vault. But it is easier to maintain vigilance on who's listening in these spaces than it is to monitor inside the prison itself. So, that being said, woo! Species. That's right. That's what I'm looking for. Let's go with... You guys coalesce out into the... by the... at the control point where they hand out digging gear. You guys get your assigned equipment, digging tools, and the basics that allow you to be able to dig, but have a very minimal threat to security in terms of combat, if you will. That being beam drills that are unwieldy and heavy and cannot fucking shoot out past a certain range to pose a threat to the security staff. So, yeah, guys get your gear and equipment, protective gear, goggles, head protection, so on and so forth, and you're directed out towards the yard at this point, heading in the same direction that you went to last time, where you encountered the Acklay. The exterior of this vault has had a ramp up in security protection.
Reinforcement.
Basically, there's more automated turrets and sonar equipment that helps deter wildlife via sound waves. These little cone-like devices that emit a sound wave in a broad spectrum to keep wandering predators at bay for as long as these devices remain active, which would probably catch your eye as a point of interest. But you guys are led into the interior of the Vault 1977, to which by this point you guys notice a rather large excavation crew. You're looking at a crew of about 50 individuals, both from your cell block and one of the adjacent cell blocks. The adjacent cell block housing more of the variations of humanoids species. A lot of Duros, a lot of Trandoshans, some Wookiee. However, the Wookiees seem to congregate amongst themselves, separate from the rest of the alien detachment. A lot of Nikto and Gamorreans as well. A lot of hardy, stout creatures. And as you guys congregate in the central foyer, I guess I don't know how to. I don't know structures and the official meanings of like entry points. The central entry point of a vault. There we go. Simplify. It's the best recipe for success. Simplify. The central entry point of this vault, and at this point you see three junctures. A pathway that continues inward in the direction of east, continues further east, and then there's two separate sectors that go off to the south and the north. All throughout all three of these corridors, you can see adjacent doors all along the side of these passages, and you count about 6 doors before you see the end of a tunnel, which potentially leads off to a sector further inward. But you count at least 6 doors along this passage, and one of the security staff, a Hauk individual with dark purple skin, yellow pupilless eyes, barks out orders to the other security staff, and you guys begin to disperse into teams of 3. Not teams, 3 different teams. Sorry, teams of 3. 3 different teams that all separate in these 3 directions at the same time. You guys will take notice of 3 separate guards that are accompanying your detachment, 3 that accompany the detachment going further east, and 3 that accompany the detachment going north. And then there's a detachment of security staff that remain at the central passage that maintain that maintain a presence of a reactionary force should any events develop. He seemed to be concentrating the bulk of their security forces at the center as a preventative measure should anything happen. But yeah, you guys have 3 security staff with you with your detachment heading south. You'll take note that you are with the rest of Rogue Squadron, accompanied with several other less aggressive species with you, some Rhodians, or less aggressive inmates, I should say. Rhodians, some Twi'leks, so on and so forth. And Demeron maintains a central position amongst his crew as the Hauks call for everyone to stop it in place as they delegate teams to each vault door. And you're directed to start penetrating into the first door on the left side of the corridor. As the teams begin to disperse, Demeron leads his team to the first door on the left. Alongside with him, you see K-Snix and Amarand. Aldra, sorry, not Amarand. Aldra and the rest of the crew who take up the position at the second door on the left. So you get a chance to be a little intimate with the crew as you have an opportunity to discuss without being pried upon. Sorry, I was getting really thirsty.
Okay.
Hydration's important.
It is important. My mouth was getting dry as hell. So yeah, the crews begin to disperse. Demeron maintaining position with Case at the Vault 1, and the rest of the Rogue Squadron maintaining close proximity to him. Rest of the Rogue Squadron hitting door 6, while some of them hit door 2, and whatnot. So you are kind of you kind of have a pick of the lot at this point as to what team you want to help assist and whatnot. Yeah, there's also Vulcan. I keep forgetting who's there, but he goes to work on a door all completely on his own.
I think I take the opportunity as things are moving and people are building and everything, and it's just like the pilots are probably like getting prepped or like with their whatever the equipment that they're getting ready to do, and like everybody's walking around, and all of a sudden you just hear Ojo's voice, and he's like standing right next to them as if he was there the whole time,
Yeah.
like checking on his like hammer, like like engineer hammer, and like the pick that he's using, and
Yeah.
talking very low. He's talking to them, but in a way that it's like he seems to be busy, and it's almost like he looks more like he's talking to himself or like talking to the equipment that he has in his hand
Yeah.
than he's actually talking to them. Um, and at this point, I think is when he goes, "There's not much time. It might happen soon. But before anything like that happens, you have been here for longer. I'd like to believe that if you indeed have had a spirit of getting things done, you have observed things that could help me expedite situations, weaknesses, blind spots, routines, exploitable circumstances of guards and other inmates. Whatever you have to say, now is the time to say it."
Right. Well, first thing I want to say is whatever space
Lower,
magic-y thing.
lower. I think there's a moment where, like, literally, Ojo just has a moment where he's like, "Can you check this?" And his hammer, he just basically smacks the stomach of the of Raul's
Ultra.
character, like deliberately making Ling lose air, so he kind of like curls up a little lower, and it's just that moment of like, discretion, please.
Voice down, please.
Well, oh, fuck. Oh, uh, just wanted to know why you could move so quietly. Holy fuck, that hurt.
I say time is of the essence, and that is the question that you have.
Listen, things fascinate me, okay? Not getting hit in the stomach with a hammer. I appreciate your emphasis, but goddamn.
You, and he says to the group, "You have 5 seconds to tell me something relevant before I walk out."
Like what? What do you want? We've been here for a while. We keep to ourselves. We don't rattle the cages. We're pilots, man.
You're telling me you haven't seen anything during all this time? A particular blind spot, a particular moment, a particular guard that seems to be a little more distracted than the others. A particular machinery, equipment, anything that maybe flickers and falters from time to time. Maybe when the ships are being docked, maybe when there's an entry into the atmosphere. All of these things are relevant, and if you don't know them now, you better learn them and give them to me in the next few days. Because once this happens, there's no going back. You understand?
Yeah, I get it, but it's kind of hard to do inside of a high max security prison. But we can make
Harder
it
to do
work.
if you're dead.
Fair enough. As far as security goes, these guys are pretty wound tight. They don't typically deviate from the typical routine. It's like clockwork with these guys. I don't know if you know anything about the Hauk, but they're pretty hard dedicated to their roles when it comes to, especially when it comes to enforcement. These guys are relentless. But that being said, they're also easily distracted. You present a conflict in front of them, they tend to get tunnel vision, if you know what I mean.
You can see Oho. Oho's been looking down while listening to all of this. He's been like working on like the hammer and like like the chisel and working on like tuning it and everything. And the moment that you present the idea of like distraction, is like he slows down, his eyes kind of look a little further, and it's just that moment of like ping, just the light bulb turning on. He goes, if they are that committed, maybe they are that competitive. Have you seen any discrepancies between them? Any particular hawk that doesn't like the other?
They have a penance to respecting strength, and out of all of them, Warden Zarek is probably the most powerful Hauk I've ever seen. Also, the biggest Hauk I have ever seen. So, if there's something that commands more strength and presence than Zarek, then that's probably your bet. But these guys are pretty devoted to that guy. And with
Question.
Yes.
Currently in the area where we're all doing the digging, we still have eyes on the groups, especially the group that has the Nyctos and all of that. Are those still visible where we are?
No, they're in the north corridor. I mean, I guess there's probably a small detachment with you guys,
Okay.
but not the concentrated forces of that adjacent cell block.
I would say that one of the things that Oho would have probably paid attention to or tried to keep an eye on and read, especially on the group of the cell block that is not our cell block, especially having like Nyctos and Gamorans and everything. Do I see any of them that are the type that are just the territorial, like I am in the cell in this like cell block with you to another like Gamoran or Nycto or anything else, but it's like, but if you just look at me the wrong way for a couple of seconds, shit's gonna go down.
There's actually a squad of Clatuinian, a group of 3, and those guys are very as far as your interactions with them are very reactive, especially the ones that were with the one guy that approached you after your interaction with Kesh's contact. But other than that, that's about it.
Okay.
That's just the one group of
Oho
3.
will remember this. We'll continue to check with the group to see if they have anything else to say.
Ooh. As far as my observations go, that's about it. Unless Case or Aldra or any of my crew have any further insights, that's just what I've been able to see.
I will say there's a example to how competitive they are. There is one guard who stood his post for a whole 5 days.
Yeah, that guy
Stupid contest or whatever, but
guy is a machine, in made flesh. I've seen it.
You know, one of the shower stalls up on the second level, it's always breaking and they're always fixing it. It's not exactly clockwork, but if something were to happen there, they probably wouldn't see it as very strange for at least a little bit.
Oho is like slightly nodding, still not looking at any of you, just having a slightly nod. Now that is useful. And if they run this like a clock, then we break the clock. So anything that you can think of, even if it may seem small, even if it may seem minimal, for a group of enforcers who believe that they are flawless and efficient, anything that is a crack is a sign of failure. So focus on that for the next few days. And should you ever need to say anything else to me, just send me a book.
Oh, so you were sending messages with those. Okay.
No idea what you're talking about.
Fucking told you, Case.
You told me? What the
No,
Listen, you just keep sending those books on racers. I will totally read those books. I love racers. Okay.
Oh,
Hey,
sorry.
don't laugh. It's an
I'm
obsession.
sorry.
So,
Sorry,
okay,
just
you can
dusting
have
my.
those. You can have those.
It's all you, but
Listen, I just want to shoot for the stars. Okay, that's all I want to do. That's what I did here. Well, shit. I'm here now, so I guess
How about
this
you
is
just-
rock bottom.
how about you just focus on shooting for the exit? For now.
Yeah, I.
All right, that's
yeah.
enough chat out of you lot. Get back to work. Is that-
There's a moment, I think that there's a moment that is, Oho has this nod of has this nod of the individual, and then he has a moment where he goes, so how dramatic and good at distractions are you?
How big are we talking?
Just a lot of obnoxious. You won't need to be doing anything much more than that. The hard part, I'll take care of that.
What is he planning?
Well, there's that copier that's outside the warden's office that's always acting up. We could always break it.
On our way back to the center hall of this
Vault.
vault, just be ready. All I need is as many eyes not on me as possible, but also don't get too close. If it happens, when it happens, don't get in the crossfire, just add noise.
It's about this time you guys hear. It sounds like the crack of a whip. Just a sharp coming from the far side of the north corridor. You can hear shouting down the corridor. Team's got it open over here. All right. Consolidate the workforce. Get them out of the way. Let's get that vault open. You can hear the shuffling of footsteps as the dig team that had just opened what appears to be, to your understanding, a vault, and you can hear the sound of stone grinding as the vault doors begin to pry open. And the grinding only lasts for a couple seconds before it comes to an abrupt stop. Boss. And that's where we'll go to break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in about 5 minutes as we reveal what the vault was that these guys just opened. We'll see you guys in 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Hello, and welcome back to our episode of Star Wars. We left off. You know what I forgot to do? Wait, no, I announced Dimensional Dial. Did we? No, I didn't. I did. But I didn't say the date. It is on March 26th. Don't forget. March 26th. Lock it in. Back to the scene. As you hear the voice, several humanoids come running up to the central courtyard. And this is, by this point, your security team also directs you guys all to consolidate at the center. And as these two come rushing up, we found stasis pods. There's people inside. As my party processes this information. And
Tarzan. You gave me 15 pilots to rescue. You're gonna introduce fucking stasis pods now too? The audacity.
Wait till you find out what's in them.
Surely they're bones, right?
Rumors start to circulate. Talks of ancient alien species, a long forgotten empire of creatures, so on and so forth. One person starts describing what he saw as a bovine-like creature that seems to stand upright, but with an elongated skull and vertical slits for eyes. Tridactyl limbs, horizontal head protrusions, and digitigrade. That's a hard word.
Digigrade.
Digitigrade.
Digitigrade.
Digitigrade. There we go.
Digigrade.
That's Ren got it. But gray skin, gray fur coat, and eyes as dark as the vacancy of space. All these descriptors are incomprehensible to you. You've never encountered anything that sounds remotely close to what this individual is describing. They're just floating there. I have never seen anything like it. It's wonderful. It's incredible. There's hundreds of them. Maybe even thousands. As he continues to wonder the possibility, you see people starting to try and push past security to set their own eyes on this discovery. Security kind of starts to push back. All right, contain yourselves. Stay where you are. Eventually, okay, go ahead.
I'll take that opportunity.
Ooh, what are we doing?
Do I see two or more of the tougher looking, more burly looking, more menacing looking, more troublemaker looking humanoids or aliens trying to do this like moving through, trying to get past security?
Yeah, I mean, there's a large congregation at the barricade of bodies. Several of which are some of the more aggressive natured inmates. that are all concentrated in this choke point, if you will.
Mhm.
What were we thinking?
Since so much attention is going toward this particular spot, if I were to like stealth, can I stealth in a way that I can potentially grab a small pebble and throw it at one of them to make them think that the other person next to them hit him?
I'd imagine so. Let's go ahead and get a stealth check. Granted, it's not going to be hard at all, given the crowd that you're immersed in at this point. So we'll call that an average difficulty stealth check. And of course, you roll triumph. What is it exactly you're trying to pull off?
I'm literally looking at the moment that I see the inmates trying to get through the security and then the security trying to push back. The moment that pushback, that give and take is happening, Ojo is basically like flicking this like pebble right at one of them, like at like the temple, potentially from either one of the other inmates that is right behind them or right to the side of them. So it feels as if that other person just basically like flick them or snap them. I'm basically trying to rile them up.
Okay. What's the intended end goal? Are you trying
I
to
want to
sneak
get the.
past, or are you trying to slip off somewhere offsite?
I am trying to get the commotion of everybody that is gathered between inmates and security by the door that are trying to keep each other from entering to get more rattled, to things to get a little more heavy-handed. And then I want to try to move through and try to snatch one of the security key cards.
Oh, interesting.
We're going to
Okay,
break the clock.
interesting. Trying to get an access code cylinder off one of the guards. Okay.
Preferably one of the guards from the other group.
So that's going to be a skullduggery check when it comes to it. Okay. Okay. Skullduggery check to snatch a code cylinder. What it's going to take to influence a conflict between two different parties. That should be a deception check. It is cunning.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's call for
Okay.
a deception check. It'll be a hard difficulty. You do get a boost die with the pebble throw. Yeah.
For the record, this was also the area that Oho told our group, hey, like, when we get to this area, I want diversion.
Yeah.
May
Speaking
I
of
help?
which, yeah. Speaking of which, is there?
I thought it was on the way back.
You guys are still inside the vault. You guys are just congregating in the
Right.
central corridor because of the fact that a discovery was made. So yeah,
To
you guys.
clarify, when I meant on the way back, meant meaning like because we were not in the main corridor. In order for us to get back out, we are going to eventually get to the main corridor, which is where like all the other groups kind of like come together. So I feel like you probably would notice as you guys join the corridor now, and then potentially like look around and be like, I wonder if this is where did he go? You know, you start to realize there's like a little bit of commotion happening, and there's also like way more people because now all the groups are gathered.
Yeah.
So like this looks like if something were to break out here, it would be a bit chaotic.
Yeah, and you're counting about 16 Hauk security guards maintaining control over a population of about 40 or 50. However, the Hauks are pretty heavily armed, so you get a sense that they're confident in their ability to contain a crowd of 40 or 50, but it can still be kind of chaotic. So yeah, you see that Oho's nowhere to be seen, and your last communique with him was, "I need help with a distraction," and
Well, Aldra, not being super nuanced or like super intelligent into reading the small micro gestures of people and their meanings, he's just gonna be like, "Oh, something's going on. I'm gonna lock in on tripping people because I don't really like confrontation."
okay. Give me an average coordination check. Yeah, to trip somebody, let's call it hard. Let's call it hard for a coordination check. If you're trying to trip somebody.
Arson, do you want me to roll the deception now, or do you want to wait for the group to see
Yeah,
if they
hold
give
on,
me like
hold on
extra boost die?
yours. We'll see how they can affect your roll positively or negatively. Matt, did you have something that you wanted to try?
Yeah, if we're just looking for something to sort of go on here, Majdep, I didn't necessarily describe this character earlier
Oh, yes,
because
let's introduce
technically
your
in the
character real
process
quick.
of making him. Majdep, one of the rebel pilots, he is of the Zecto race of Star Wars species. They are, you can kind of liken them to your grayskin alien kind of deals. Similarly, but the big thing is they have 4 arms.
They look like
long
a
spindly
giant
arms.
stick bug.
Yeah, very much so. If you remember the pod race in the Phantom Menace, Gasgano was one of the Zexto.
Mm-hmm.
So Majdep, though, this was discussed literally in the Discord as people were role playing. We're doing a bit. Majdep understands but does not speak Galactic Basic. So I'm gonna say things, and everybody's just going to interpret my meaning, which is exactly what's happening as Majdep approaches one of these the guard who's having the toughest time keeping people at bay, like the one who's like, just fucking back up, basically. like, come on, man, I don't want to do this. And now you're gonna have somebody who does not speak the same language come up, and he's going to kind of get there. By the way, average height for the Zexto is like 4 feet, so he's tall for one of them. He's like 4'5", so he's going to get to this point, look up, and you'll just kind of hear Jishnu was venivo wazido veni pico veni pico.
What are you saying? I don't know what you're saying. Back
Veni
up.
pico.
It sounds like a lot of work.
Veni pico.
All of you, back up. Get out. Don't make me fucking start roughing you up. Back up.
As you see need for monkey nalar.
Give me a what would that be? I'll give you either charm or deception.
They are the same price. We're just gonna call it a deception check. What's difficulty and stuff?
It's gonna be hard, but with the utilizing the crowd to your advantage, I'll give you a boost die to the roll.
Hell yeah! By the way, I built a pilot, so we're not good at things other than piloting.
Okay.
Apparently,
So what
we
we do
are.
You see, as Majdep kind of goes into it with this in the moment with this Hauk, his words aren't being comprehended. However, it seems to be inspiring the crowd around him, and they all start getting really energized
Ooh,
around him.
Like, can I lean into this? There's
Yeah.
the Zexto race in the Fantasy Flight Star Wars game come with the talent confidence. So very much so. Like, yeah, this is very on brand for exactly what's going on here. Yeah. Nobody knows what the hell he's saying, but they're like, yeah, what this guy said.
Basically, and they're just like, yeah, let us through. We want to see what's down there. Come on! And they all start congregating and pushing into this house. You see him become quickly very agitated, to the point where he starts putting hands on people left and right. But that kind of inspires even further more activity when people see their fellow inmates getting roughed up.
Hey, you remember that I was 4'5"?
I slip away. Any other further interactions to help this plan of Oho's go further?
I see you, Ren. Come on.
I keep unmuting the wrong one. I don't know what you mean. The
Yes.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's no yes. There's no yes.
Great idea. Go for it.
I'm more concerned that hands are now being put upon people.
That's what we want.
Yeah, but not to the Rogue Squadron. We all need to have them all attached.
Fair enough.
I think I actually think Case's priority is maneuvering so that Rogue Squadron is not in like the center
The
of this
crosshair.
fray. So it's like the other prisoners from around, and he's that you
Trying to avoid
get the
crossfire.
fuck-
Yeah. Yeah.
Knew you were trouble. Didn't even meet you yet.
Yeah. I think Demeron and Case are kind of maintaining collateral damage control, keeping the rest of the crew out of harm's way.
I feel like the second things take off, Case literally like grabbing a kitten by the scruff, just like, shall need so
very on brand. I like that. Just you see Majdeep getting yanked out of the fucking foyer as the crowd becomes emboldened by his incomprehensible words. And
hey, just saying, some of them probably know what he's saying, but it's up to everybody here's interpretation.
That being said, did you do your coordination roll? You did. And you got
did.
1 success,
Did it.
3 advantages. Okay.
Yeah. Aldra is literally he positioned himself in the corridor, kind of centralized, leaning on something, whether it be like a box or the wall, whatever. And he's just casually just tripping people as they lunge at other people.
I'll say, Oho, you get 3 boost dice to this roll. And I think I said hard difficulty. But I am going to cash in a dark side token to upgrade the difficulty by 1, so it's a hard difficulty challenge of 1.
Okay. And so I have 3 boost die total, yeah? The pebble one,
4.
or am I having...
The
also
pebble
have-
gives you a boost die, and then you get 3 from Aldra and Majdeep.
Gotcha. Cool.
This is so interesting.
Let's go.
Okay.
2 successes, 2 advantages.
Okay. You, right as the Hawk that's been having the most trouble goes to put a hand on this Trandoshan individual to shove him backwards, you he comes down with this massive meaty hand down to grab him by the Trandoshan by the collar, and as his hand swings down, you fling this stone, and it passes by millimeters by this Hauk's fingers and smacks the side of the Trandoshan's face. He winces from the impact, and the Hauk grabs him by the collar, yanks him in, and goes to shove him back. And in a reactive moment, the Trandoshan grapples the Hauk guard by the arm, stilling himself from being thrown back and stumbling backwards. He steadies himself in position, uprights himself, and kind of, in an impressive show of strength, the Trandoshan lifts this Hauk up off the ground and throws him back. For those of you that aren't aware, Trandoshans are incredibly strong, almost as strong as Wookiees, but not nearly as strong, but not as strong as Wookiees. So the fact that this guy is able to lift up a Hauk is impressive, because Hauks are at least 500 pounds. So yeah, you watch as this Trandoshan just kind of lifts him up and just tosses him back, and this sends the crowd into an immediate frenzy.
Wunderbar.
Cap is going to laugh.
The crowd begins to frenzy as the Hauks begin to congregate around the one that just got thrown to the ground, and begin. You watch as they just start deploying stun batons to quell the crowd. But you now have a very, very energetic crowd at your disposal.
Good. One particular thing that Oho is doing while that is happening too, however, is he wants to know where Vulcan is.
That's a good point. What is Vulcan doing? Where are you,
I
buddy?
don't think that we had those in this.
Knowing somebody.
Yeah.
So it came with a stasis. Is from Star Trek.
What a wild turn of
So that's the big reveal.
Dun, dun, dun.
Vulcan is currently. There we go. He's currently sitting off to the north side of the corridor on a crate of excavation equipment. He's just minding his own business, watching this fight, or this devolve into a chaotic frenzy.
Mind.
Okay.
Hey, His Majesty Lord GM. Just in case, this is going to be a mystery tool that might help us later. Because you mentioned mining equipment. Are any of them vehicles?
Ooh, no, they would not give you guys vehicles.
Damn it! Tarzan knows my
Amen.
bullshit.
What an amazing question.
They would
Sounds
not
like,
give you
ooh, there's a
guys
backhoe or something in here.
Yeah.
Dump truck.
Yeah, they're not giving you guys fucking
forklift.
vehicles. That would be way out of the question.
Hey, they're not giving us the vehicles, but probably somebody. I mean, if we're down here excavating, rock's got to go somewhere, right?
Manual labor, that's what it's for.
Still the character.
I did that tonight.
It may be slow going, but manual labor is effective. But yeah, you have a rambunctious crowd. What would you like to pull
Good.
off?
This is I think what Oho is doing is just his whatever the people that are probably not in the middle of this crowd, the chaos, that are like moving around being like, oh, let it go, like laughing about it or enjoying all of this, that he's moving behind all of that. He's just like doing the thing where he's just like taking stock
Yeah.
of all the guards and how they're like doing, say, taking out the batons. He's basically like keeping an eye, or the eye to see where the moment that he sees one of the guards getting in a place where they maybe are a little more overwhelmed, where like things get a little tight and crowded because they're like either pressed against the wall plus the guards and the other like inmates, or like against the wall, like the door, the gateway of this like new chamber, and like the inmates and everything. When he sees that happening, where the guard would be in a position where the concept of feeling like one thing being something that would catch their eye, like it wouldn't be a thing because there's just so much going on, that's when he's going to make a move.
Okay. Your most obvious target would have been the first one that initiated the whole conflict. Once he recovers and gets back up off the ground and returns to the foray, returns to the fray. That's the word, fray. Foyer. What is a foyer?
Fray.
What is a foyer? What is that? Entryway?
Foyer is a French
Entryway.
term for
I'm over here using the wrong words,
And
guys.
also for TTRPG players, a very popular place for an acid trap. Raise your hand in the comments if you understand that reference.
Strahd.
So yeah, returning to the fray. This individual, he's at the central point of this whole conflict, and he's immediately body to body with many inmates, along with his security team, as they create this kind of meat wall. It's very reminiscent of the Spartans taking on the Persian Empire. There's very few of them in number in comparison to the inmates. However, they have a very unified strategy of working together to create an impossible wall to pass. However, the inmates are making some ground, but these hawks are very well coordinated. So yeah, you see this guy getting at the center point of this clash, becoming slightly overwhelmed. You can get a sense that his senses are very well clouded at this point as to individual touch and whatnot would be easily identified. It is going to take you a coordination check to slip through this mass, but to get to the point that you want to be at, and then a skullduggery check to slip the intended item off of him.
How many millions of boost die does he have for all the bullshittery that we have?
I generated 3 advantages. Can I give them to him?
Ooh, that's a good point. I forgot that we do that.
I thought that those were not to be that guy. I mean, I would love them, but I think they're
That was
supposed to be during combat.
Yes.
Is that during combat?
Do I got to swing on somebody? No, I'm kidding.
Please
Yeah.
don't.
That being said,
I'm already tripping people.
to navigate through this crowd, it is a coordination check, but it will be with 3 setback die.
Okay.
Hard difficulty because of how closely integrated they are with each other. If you are successful, this will allow you a additional boost die to your skullduggery check to try and get to the code cylinder that you need.
Hi. I'm going to cash in a token.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm going to use.
What do you got?
I have a triumph.
Oh, you do have a triumph. Fuck.
Hey,
That's right. Oh, that makes it a success. All right. Okay.
almost prepared.
That's still a success.
That gives you an additional success. Okay. That is a successful navigation through this massive crowd. It is hard. I would say if you didn't have that advantage, you would take strain to do it, but with that advantage, it will negate the strain. But it takes you some time. Fishing your way through the crowd, you're very nimble and You have to contort yourself at times to get through to a position that gains you ground, but eventually you make your way to the front line of this conflict. You can see just on the other side of this wall of bodies, a Hauk security guard holding back back 10 individuals at the center focal point of this crowd or mass, and you kind of crouch down low to close the distance just a few more inches. You are, within reach of this individual. Go ahead and give me a hard skullduggery check. You do have a boost die from the successful coordination, and I'll give you an additional boost die to go along with it.
Oh,
There was no question.
Successes.
No question.
Very well.
There's no doubt that this man gets exactly what he wanted because he had a mission in mind, and by the force, he's going to succeed what he wants. You wait.
Man,
You
it's
time
like
your
douche.
movement precisely, waiting to see the breast pocket where the code cylinders are usually kept. You see it in between the break in formation, right in between somebody's torso and arm, right between the armpit, and you just reach up, snag it, and retract backwards, and you manage to snag a code cylinder flawlessly from the guard. By this point, you feel the wall give way further. You can hear a voice on the far side. All right, let him through. Let him come forth. Just maintain security at the vault door. And eventually, the guards, all in unison, relent as the crowd continues their momentum forward. Many of them begin to spill over top of each other and trip on to the floor. I need another coordination check from you, Oho. This time it is a formidable difficulty with a challenge of 1 and 3 setback die. No challenge, just 3 setback die. Formidable difficulty, 3 setback die.
Would this be the same difficulty if I am actually going forward into this chamber?
You're still gonna have to go over bodies to maintain your footing, so it's gonna be the same difficulty. So it's either to maintain your upright position. Shit, goddamn, okay.
Like a ballerina in this fucking place.
Oh, can you go ahead and describe to me how you maintain your footing while the crowd around you begins to spill over and pour down on top of each other, just creating this waterfall effect of bodies?
If so, the way that I see the whole sequence of this happening is he takes a distance, like further away from the commotion, and he manages to actually see how the pilots seem to recognize the opening, which is a good sign. Oho goes, okay, they actually were listening, and they're actually being proactive, and they're being actually successful.
Mhm.
So like, it's good. He's like, is that guy just tripping people in the middle? And then the other one was like, what are they saying? I don't know. And and then crowd control with the rest of the team is like, okay, good, perfect. Like one of them clearly understood, do not get in the middle of it. Just be the commotion, do not get in the middle. The other two did the commotion, perfect. As all of that is happening, and as soon as he sees this like clash and he spots, he sort of starts, the journey is he kind of like moves and pretends that he's trying to look into the chamber, and then he starts moving through the groups. And what he's feeling is he's feeling the give and take that happens when a body is like trying to use force to move. Feels like there's not much more to do than like wind up and then try to do it again. And every time that he feels that wind up, he's basically moving always with a hand, making contact with a body somewhere. So every time that he feels a body go back before pushing, that's when he goes in and moves to another spot.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
every time he's just literally controlling. His arms are like always up, keeping a small
Keeping a
amount of air
barrier.
between his
Yeah.
torso and his arms. So he's always controlling and always feeling a body where bodies are moving forward or backwards or to the sides. And in that motion, when that whole motion is happening, he's like there's like taller creatures and everything. He spots the guard and the cylinder, and there's a moment of when that up like back and forth happens and he hears the let them through. As bodies move forward, he kind of moves to the side, reaches for the cylinder, and in a sort of like spin, he kind of keeps moving forward. And as bodies are coming through and falling, if you've ever seen like a martial arts like a Chinese martial arts movie where the characters are like going up a wall and then you see them just kind of like kick the air like a few times. That's basically Oho's feet as the bodies fall, and he literally just kind of has he's like his body seems to barely move, but his legs are literally lifting off the ground and just doing light taps on the bodies on the ground to
Just
just kind of like
crouching
keep
tiger, hidden
moving.
dragon.
Yeah, crushing tiger, hidden dragon style. So he literally just has like a pop pop pop, and then he just eventually ends up like a landing, and he finds himself just like walking on the front line of this whole group, all these people falling, and he's just already on
Yeah.
the front.
You find yourself face to face with one of the Hauk security guards as he kind of holds a hand out to you. Hold up. As they continue to take their steps backwards, maintaining security. But they do finally relent and let the crowd coalesce in front of this vault that's been breached, but maintaining a security barrier to it. The crowd behind you begins to clamor back to their feet, albeit a lot of them are grunting in pain and whatnot from having people pile up on top of them. But once they realize that they're being allowed up to the vault, they begin to reinvigorate their efforts and congregate at this breach. Do you congregate as well, or are you maintaining a presence back at the rear?
Majdep will go.
Okay.
If nobody yanks him by the collar.
I know Demeron's probably bewildered by the cascading bodies that fucking Oho just elusively evaded. So he's not paying attention to Step at this point. So it's potentially possible that he could slip away to go congregate. As far as the rest of the crew of Rogue Squadron, they do also kind of start making their way towards the congregation because they're curious as well as to what's in these stasis pods. But Case, would you be keeping them towards the rear, or would you allow them to congregate as well?
I
What's your curiosity level?
I think curiosity was abated for a moment by falling bodies. So like Oho's whole thing case right now is just hoping that he got what he wanted. If I see Maj Depp take a foot I think he'll just be like, fuck's sake, boss, I'm gonna get just hold the others. I'll just give me 1 second.
Case falls in pursuit of Maj. Maj, go ahead and give me. Let's get a coordination check from you to see if you can slip away before being snatched up by Case. Case, what's your coordination as well?
Oh, is this going to be a contested roll?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, you don't have to try very hard.
I mean, I might fail.
Potentially, but like, it ain't the worst. And I'm not mad about it if I do get yoinked.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Oh fuck!
This is immediate. The
Fast-
second they like match
fast
up is like
This little
Fast as fuck,
4 foot,
boy. That's what.
4 foot,
why I'm number
5 critter goes rushing up to sneak his way into the crowd, and K-Snick's
I
just
feel like it was so smooth that like Majdev thinks he's running, but he's just off the ground and his legs are kicking.
all 4 arms just flailing.
Listen, just shut the fuck up.
By this point, all the whispered rumors start to be confirmed at this point. You see, as you guys kind of congregate towards the back of the conglomerate, the view is not easy, but you do see at one stasis pod that currently holds a body of a humanoid creature, bovine in appearance, with the elongated skull, the tridactyl limbs, and the digitigrade features. Black eyes, eerily wide open, gray fur and skin. These creatures, you've never seen anything like it. It stands about, from your estimate, 7 feet tall, maybe 8. And it's suspended in air. From your understanding of the stonework around you, these vaults are thousands of years old. But this creature seems to be well preserved and living, in a state of stasis. And that's when our scene's just going to transition from Belsavis to the outpost, established far off in the reaches of the galaxy with Arc Squad, the remnants of Arc Squad, I should say. Chav, Rawl, Ego, you guys are in the command center at this point. Kesh comes forth with news. Good news, everyone. My contact has established contact with Oho, and Rawl, your blueprints of the prison has reached his hands. You're muted, buddy.
You're muted.
Of course. Perfect. I just hope that everything's understood on that, and it was kind of put together in haste.
From the sounds of it, your brother's in great health, and he's already hard at work at getting the information that he needs to succeed this operation.
But I know my brother will be fine. He's always fine. He's my brother.
As far as the rest of the assets are concerned, what else do we need? We have ships, we have support. And that's when Rev Garland and Major Brell step forth. troop assets have arrived, and we await confirmation from the asset on the ground as to when the operation is green. That being said, what is the news? Do we have eyes on Rogue Squadron? Has it been confirmed? Are they safe?
We have sent word in. We've gotten response. Yeah, they're all right for now. Unsure exactly the situation as to how everything is, but now, yes, they're fine. They're ready for the most part.
He's right, Rev. Communication within the prison is hard pressed and slow going, but we have confirmation that Rogue Squadron is on the ground in the prison. All we await is extraction day, and we just need to be in position when he's ready. That's great news.
I should like to think most of the last pieces will fall into place as the mission continues and actually is, executed.
Yes. We'll still need a contingency of fighters on hand should a fight break out during the extraction. We would need aerial coverage for any potential adversarial forces. But from your estimates, I believe you believe there to be anti-air defenses in place. We should probably endeavor to take those out before the prison has an opportunity to react to our presence. So that should probably be the priority target for our aerial strike force. Any other interjections that would help ensure the success of this mission? Do we need...
trying to think.
We do have explosives on hand should we need to breach the compound itself. We will endeavor to make sure that is readily available for the mission. And then let's have a reaction force ready for the ground should Oho require assistance in extracting the pilots.
I think at least someone to lay down cover fire because they're going to need to move fast out of there, whatever happens.
Correct. We can always hope for the best, but we need to plan for the worst. So, any other avenues that could present a complication? We need to spend this time thinking it now as we draw closer to the day of the operation. Major Brell and I will continue to consider our options, but if you see a perspective that we don't, your input would be proven valuable.
In Rawls' various hacking attempts into discovering more information, not necessarily hacking, but discovering more information about this prison, has he come across like guard information, like as to what kind of guards they have there?
Mm-mm. That shit is heavily protected. Unless you do any in-depth breaches into Imperial security, that's not going to be public knowledge.
Okay.
So you'd have to... I mean, you could potentially do so with the help of the analysts with Orc Squad, but you're going to be hard-pressed to gain that information.
Well,
You want to give it a
unless
go?
we have something... Unless we have something that can mask our presence, then no.
Okay, yeah,
Because
it would prove a potential risk to your guys'
right.
presence. Um, and the analyst would advise against it if in an effort to maintain their anonymity, if you will.
No, that's fair.
The only information that you would gain in terms of Belsavis itself, you'd find more information about the Eshka. However, again, it doesn't go much into detail as to what you previously discovered before, but you do uncover more news articles. Speaking of a ancient race imprisoned and accidentally discovered in a vault and released by accident, and creating another an insurrection kind of situation. They have reportedly killed everything that they came across in an effort to take back the planet.
Okay.
Is there like a Snopes.com of this to make sure that like literally from our perspective being outside of the prison, that sounds like a headline from the Inquirer.
This
Right.
is pieced together information. It
How
doesn't
corrupt.
explicitly talk about the Eshka. You uncut
The what now?
the Eshka.
That caught you slipping.
It kind of the information aligns with some of the descriptors of this ancient species, to where you're able to deduce that it's potentially this species of aliens that have been repeatedly discovered on this planet in these vaults.
Oh, they're pretty.
Yeah, they're massive creatures.
I'm only looking at pictures, by the way, because
Yeah.
I want to be surprised. Um,
So-
this is like an alien from like the movie Alien. Awesome.
Basically, they are highly aggressive. But yeah, the articles make no mentioning of the species that are conducting these insurrections. It's just it coincides with the information that you've barely gathered on the Eshkai themselves. It's too similar to the mentionings of their activity. So yeah, you find these articles mentioning of an insurrection happening several thousands of years ago, and there's another mentioning a couple hundred years ago, again, and then but probably the last article was the one that was just shy of 1,000 years ago.
Okay, so violent animals exist on this planet and violent alien species of sentience of some kind.
Yes.
Awesome. I have been lovingly reminded that other roles during this time are to upgrade a certain person's light saber with the thunder quality. Would you like me to make those rolls now of some kind?
Yes, it is a mechanics roll to upgrade. You also are going to need to spend money to purchase the components and whatnot. Let's see.
Let me switch to raw.
How
money
do
does he-
we upgrade stuff? Repairing, buying.
Got raw. Okay.
Weapon attachments. What is the difficulty for upgrading weapons? Let's go Google. Edge of the Empire. Upgrading or modifying weapons in Star Wars Edge of the Empire requires a mechanics check, usually starting with at a hard difficulty to add a modification to an attachment. Each subsequent modification on the same attachment increases the difficulty by 1, with a failure risking in the loss of the modification, and a despair destroying it. So, how many times have you modified this attachment? Or are you just attaching the a mod?
I have never modified Oho's lightsaber before.
What are we doing to it specifically? What are we adding?
We are adding a talent to it, a specific quality to it.
Is there?
Technically, we're improving it. I
Is-
put the link on the chat
Right. I'm
because
looking at it
the
now.
lightsaber already has Sunder. It's just improved Sunder.
The improved
Right.
Sunder talent. Tree's Arbiter. So it's a talent that you have to purchase from a tree. You can't just improve Sunder specifically, unless you get weapons attachment that does that. So that's part of a talent tree.
Why did I think that I saw this on a weapon though?
There are attachments that you can purchase that can improve Sunder and whatnot, but this specifically is a talent.
Yeah.
What I can do in the interim is add hard points. I add 5 hard points in total.
So yeah, you can go ahead and do your mechanic skill for that. I believe you already have the difficulty for that listed in your talent tree. And then I think this is a perfect time. Go ahead.
I was going to say, since we're talking about potentially, we wanted to add a talent. Hey, this can only probably happen if there's a modification to it. Now, a motion possibly that upgrading and stuff could come post session after we also get an updated list from all of Chav's contacts of buying things, because Chav also has a fuck ton of money. Since we had some time to actually go through and buy things, and we can do that so that everything is prepped for next session.
Yes.
That's
That
fair.
is
Okay.
a good point to end today's session with you guys concluding.
Well, I had one other thing when he was done that Chav would want to do, or I would like to do rather,
Okay.
because Chav would just be looking at the situation, trying to figure out, is there anything that we're missing? Potentially, this could be because Matt was not here last week. However, His Majesty Lord GM, would you perhaps be able to answer the question, does Chav, looking at this situation, see anything that we are not thinking of? Perhaps if the answer is not obvious, since this is a tactical mission, technically, might I make a warfare check about it?
Ooh. Yeah, let's go ahead and get a warfare check from you.
Okay.
Let's do.
What do with the warfare check?
Let's do a daunting difficulty, because you're looking for additional aspects that have not been covered by both our squad and your guys' team already. Any additional potential sources of exploitation.
Could I perchance barter upon my friends A for a token to upgrade the check, and B, some help?
I don't see
Give
any
us
reason
every
why.
chance that we can.
I don't see any reason why not.
So I'm going to flip the token,
Okie dokie.
and then I'm going to put the upgrade in there. Does anybody wish to help Chav?
just because Rawl knows
Yay.
a little bit about warfare from his various studies.
Oh,
Yeah.
does he?
So that's Ader's back.
I
Give
mean,
me
hey.
1 second. I don't remember what ego can do, which is bad because he's double.
Just touch Chav's fate. It's fine.
touch the fate.
I'm not gonna go there.
Sure. You can have touch of fate, and if you roll poorly, I'll help you more.
Love you, Rad. Is that all the things?
Now
Is
beg.
Do I get a boost die for every member of Orc Squad? I'm just kidding.
Hey, man.
Unless okay.
Roll your damn roll.
Rolling the dice. 5 successes, 1 advantage.
Okay. There's not a lot more that can be done. However, there is one itch tickling the back of your mind. Not an itch, but more of a thought.
Careful about itches in the back of Chav's head.
Been there before.
You could potentially lean on Killbolt.
Sounds like we have every avenue covered.
You could lean on Killbolt to
If you're
create a
telling me
breach.
the only other thing that I could think of is calling Killbolt, then I have exhausted every other option available.
Other than that, you guys have your bases pretty much covered at that point. The only thing that you could think of that could potentially create an opening is seeing what Killbolt can do to create a bigger opening. But you guys have your work cut out for you, but you guys have pretty much everything covered so far. The only thing that can't be covered for or accounted for is the external factors that will play a factor.
Then everybody would then see as we're going over this, getting ready to say this is pretty much everything that we got. Chav would then say to everybody, well, if we can get some kind of get some messages back in there, give them the time and the day for the whole evacuation, and let them know everybody in the whole cell block should be dancing to the jailhouse rock.
Mission will commence on the 16th day. Make sure yourselves are ready. We're going to have to move fast from that point on.
Ego has just been leaning back in a chair this entire time as they're having the discussion, and his only contribution is, don't worry, it'll be a breeze.
I always hate when he says that.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we'll end tonight's session. Thank you for joining us tonight on Star Wars Edge of the Empire, episode 86. We'll be back next week for the continuation and potentially the extraction day of Oho and Rogue Squadron. We'll see you guys later this week for Tales of Arden. Take care of yourselves and have a great night. Have a great rest of your night.